dad came and told me they had found the body at Phillip and wanted me to go and identify the body.
That was a clip from the untold story of Emmett Lewis Till, about a young martyr of the civil rights movement. Like George Floyd's death this spring, Till's brutal murder helped galvanize demands for social justice. A warning, some of the images ahead are hard to watch, but they were one reason his death 65 years ago this coming week became a never-forgotten chapter in our history, and is one that's still being written.
Emmett Till is the Anne Frank of Black America. His case serves as a reminder of grave injustice and, of course, hope and change.
Filmmaker Keith Beauchamp has been reminding us for 27 years by investigating the murder of a 14-year-old terrorized in an act of white supremacy.
Emmett said nothing out of line.
Till's cousin, Simeon Wright, described to us 4 years ago what ignited it all inside a Mississippi general store.
Mrs. Bryant came out behind us. For some reason, Emmett whistled at her. Wolf whistle.
Why did he do that?
I tell people, I said, I think he wanted us to laugh.
A whistle. 1 week later, police found Emmett Till's body floating in a river. He was so badly beaten, his mother, Mamie Till Mobley, could barely identify him.
I saw his tongue had been choked out and it was lying down on his chin.
Beauchamp interviewed her some 20 years ago, shortly before her death.
I said, I want the world to see this, because there's no way I could tell this story and give them the visual picture of what my son looked like.
Mobley's decision to have an open casket, to expose her son's brutalized face, and to publish photos of his funeral in the black press rallied Black Americans into action.
I believe that the whole United States is mourning with me. I don't want his death to be a vain thing. If it can further the cause of freedom, then I will say that he died a hero.
It's unbelievable that someone can do that to another human being. It's just put in your mind how evil those people were.
Rosa Parks said it was Till's face she saw when refusing to give up her seat on an Alabama bus. Martin Luther King Jr. also summoned his memory.
Nothing more speaks to this generation than the story of Emmett Lewis Till.
Beauchamp says, like then, it is the imagery of inhumanity that's launched this moment.
George Floyd is the Emmett Till of today. However, the movement that comes behind his death, it's what I'm really focused on.
This has been an agonizing journey for you because you went into this to solve his murder.
Absolutely.
And today,
we're still fighting.
2 men were arrested, charged, and acquitted by an all-white jury within a month of his body being found. One of them, Roy Bryant, the husband of the woman in that general store.
Well, the whole trial was just a farce, but the verdict was the one that I had expected to be given.
But in 2017, more than 60 years later, local authorities and the Justice Department reopened the case.
We're currently awaiting a decision that's going to be made by the local DA, hopefully soon.
To do what?
To possibly go after the last remaining suspect in this case, Carolyn Bryant Dunham, the white woman Emmett Till whistled at back in 1955.
There's also action in Congress. Senators Cory Booker and Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris are pushing anti-lynching legislation in Emmett Till's name.
I want to see drastic change. We were able to do that and see it with Emmett Till. I hope that we could see the change that we've been longing for.
And this isn't the first time that anti-lynching legislation has come to Congress. Back in 1918, it was introduced. It was dead on arrival with a filibuster in 1922, then again in 34, and now in 2018, I should say. And the question is, will it get passed finally?
Michelle, there's still so many incidents. George Floyd incident was obviously referenced there, but you even think of Amy Cooper in Central Park and a white woman calling authorities on a man who was minding his own business for the most part, other than wanting her to follow rules there in Central Park.
And you think about it over and over again, these instances, they call to mind just a simple, benign act by one person can lead to their death. And it's something that people are fed up with, and now we're seeing the action.
Okay. All right, Michelle, thank you very much.